the move?
What's the move?
All right. We're back.
Tell you
We're
what
back.
it is.
We are back.
What's the move today?
What
We're
is
going to
the
talk
move?
about
I like how when it starts, we never know what to say. So we just start saying what's the move.
Random shit.
no sad days.
Yeah, no sad days. No, we got a good pod today. No storytelling necessarily.
Nope.
More educational purposes. We're here in Shoebox. You guys haven't been in the box yet.
Yep.
Come check it out.
Start your
Right here at
podcast.
ND.
Available for your podcast.
Yeah, so we each brought a topic with us today, and I'm going to be talking about workout split routines and like what I do personally, what I've done in the past, and then maybe for someone who's just getting into fitness, you know, what would be my advice to do your workout split and whatnot. So I'll just start with my personal split, and I'm curious to hear your guys' too, because I know it's constantly changing, especially like when you're in the fitness industry. You just kind of adapt to different schedules, and you're always trying to like, sometimes I have different goals in mind, and sometimes I just have different amounts of time allotted for working out. So right now, actually, like today I got up. This was the first time I've gotten up at 5 a.m. and worked out. So I felt amazing. So I really want to get back on that. And my split is I want to prioritize doing our Move Detroit leg days, so Monday and Thursday. And then in between that, I'll do my own like Tuesday. Well, typically like Monday, if I have time, I'll hit like a double workout. So I'll do a little bit of chest and like arms, and then I'll do the Move Detroit leg day. And then Tuesday, I'll do like...
I'm sorry.
What's
Alex.
I
I realized we were all on
I
the
need more
camera, and
energy.
Alex
Oh.
was like so lost in train.
I was like, what is
I need my
happening? Did I
energy
say
drink.
something wrong?
Shout out to our First Form energy drinks you can buy here at Move Detroit.
Was he sleeping?
I had to snap him out once I realized
I'm
we
a
were all
narco,
on
dude.
camera.
I got narcolepsy, so I might.
He was
fall
going
asleep
down.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to watch this back.
Okay,
I could
sorry.
fall asleep
Um,
randomly.
No, so like Tuesdays I'll hit like more of a pull or back day. So sometimes I actually will jump into our Move Detroit group classes as well because we're doing more back focused. And then from there, it's whatever I have time for. So again, though, I want to try to get back on like my 5 a.m. grind where I get up. First thing I do is work out. And I'm not too pressed. I used to be pressed on getting like a full hour session in, and I'm not too pressed on doing that anymore. I want to just get in, do my mobility. Like I definitely take like 20 minutes to do my mobility, and then get into like a little bit of strength, maybe like a half an hour of some strength training or something. So I'm a little bit more loose with it, but because right now it's just about the quality of what I can get in, not trying to cram like a ton of volume in anymore.
I like it.
No real goals right now. I do want to like kind of just fill out a little bit more. I haven't been eating nearly as much as I do when I feel good. So I want to get back on that and just kind of fill out again. But so my split right now, I'm doing probably, you know, I would say 80% strength training, 20% like hit. Because I'll do like a random hit workout here and there too.
It's good.
So I'm curious what your split
I'm
is
kind
and
of
goal right now.
because we just chatted about it the other day. I'm doing something similar. So I'm trying to have my 3 days. I'm very used to doing like a push-pull legs, which if you guys aren't used to is basically chest, shoulders, anything involving pushing movements, and then pulling movements where you're doing back, biceps, anything where you're pulling, and then legs. So like a 3-day split. I've done that for years, and it's always worked pretty well. But since being here, I really enjoy doing the classes like Logan was saying. So right now, to get kind of best of both worlds, I'm trying to do push-pull legs, so maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then doing at least 2 to 3 Move Detroit classes. Because when I'm in class, I get my heart rate up, which I don't usually do by myself. And that way I'm able to get a little bit of 2-for-1 where I'm still emphasizing things on my own, and then I'm working in with the classes as well. So that's kind of like what I've been doing with my split.
Yeah.
What about you, Jordynn? She's filming
I'm
us.
just over here being like the kid in class,
Yeah,
making everyone
little
laugh.
influencer.
Yeah. My split, so I've been very consistent now for a couple months, which I fell out of it so hard from like the holidays into opening up the gym. But feeling really great at doing one Move Detroit leg class. So I've been doing basically Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So leg day, upper body day on Friday. Wednesday is HIIT. I love my HIIT classes. So it's something that is just fun for me, and I'll push myself on weights and stuff during it. And then I'm trying to add in a fourth day. That's been like a goal of mine the last couple weeks, which I didn't last week. I did the week before. So around that, though, I am adamant, and these guys know, on a 30-minute walk at least every single day.
She rocks her walks.
Which is, I mean, I'm definitely going to give my dogs my credit for accountability on that. But even without them, it's something that has changed my days. So I walk every day with a 30-pound weight vest on for 30 minutes. And I like that because the days that I can't make it to the gym, I feel good. Like I walked with weight on my chest. I had my heart rate up, and it's helped a ton with, even when I wasn't working out consistently, I was walking every single day, and that helped keep me at a bit of a maintenance. I definitely gained a little bit, but as far as goals go for me, I am looking to cut down a little bit because I did lose myself for so long, but I think that the 3 days a week is ideal, and then for myself at least, and then the walks every single day are like, they're key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Love
it.
my walks.
It's like perfect timing to talk about this stuff too, because we just launched our summer sculpt program.
Yeah.
So not only is it a consistency program, but also this is the first challenge that we've done where we're taking all the components of Move Detroit and throwing it at these people for 6 weeks straight. So nutrition, sauna, cold plunge, group classes every day, ideally. And so really just the results are guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
They are.
if you
It's
if you
inevitable.
stay consistent with
Yeah.
it, you're gonna get results regardless.
100%.
Especially with the nutrition added on. That's usually
Yeah.
missed. And it's like with that added on, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's been so cool to see those who have done it before this official challenge too. You know, I did a previous, just a 6-week nutrition program, and seeing that those clients are shedding, I mean, appropriately, 1 pound to 1.5 pounds a week by dialing in nutrition. Just huge.
Mm-hmm.
What would you guys recommend for like someone that's beginning or new to the gym, wants to get into a workout split but doesn't really know where to start?
My advice on that, so like whenever I start with people that are newer, or if I'm giving advice to someone that's new to the gym, you just got to keep it as simple as possible. Like, you know, don't worry about grabbing the heaviest weight. Don't worry about doing all these fancy tricks and single leg, single arm movements. Like it's really just about, you know, the foundations, right? So picking, I would say like no more than 4 or 5 exercises, and then really just dialing in the form first, because form rules everything. And once you're comfortable with the form, then think about adding load, right? So maybe you bump your weights up, but you're still doing the same movement. So at least you're challenging your muscles in your body. And then from there, I mean, you're going to have a better awareness of your body and how it moves, right? Then you can maybe progress into some fancier stuff, maybe some single leg variations, or a different variation of a squat, right? Like keeping it very simple, like goblet squat or barbell squat at first, and then maybe getting into more of like a straddle squat or a staggered squat, like, you know, maybe a lunge variation. So I usually just recommend like super basic movements to start, like a push, a pull, a legs, and a core. I think are great like starting points, and usually bilateral movements. I think there's some.
What do you mean by bilateral?
Sorry, yeah, good question. Bilateral, so both hands moving at the same time, or both legs. So again, like a squat, like that's a bilateral movement. You're using both legs at the same capacity, whereas like a single leg Bulgarian split squat is going to be more of a unilateral movement. So just one leg getting the force and everything. So I would just say that, and then from there it's just about how quickly they're progressing, and what their goals are really too.
I like it.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even want to play off of that too, because I mean, as a beginner too, coming into the gym setting and fitness, like all of that stuff, like follow that plan, right? Like keep it simple, keep your movements standard and simple. But when you truly just don't know what the hell you're doing, and even, I mean, as simple as that sounded to us, that could be super overwhelming to a beginner, right? So it's just move your body. Like I tell my clients who come in and they haven't moved before is just move. I mean, maybe join a group class, get a personal trainer to help you understand all of these movements and give you that direction. But I have a lot of beginners that will come and work out with me 1 to 2 times a week. And the homework is always every single day, move for 20 minutes. So go on a walk, do a core exercise, go on an app and find a workout online or follow one of our workouts that we post in our Facebook group. But just literally move. If you're a beginner and you don't know what to do or where to start, my favorite story is a brand new client who came to me, and 1 day a week, she started making great progress. And outside of me 1 day a week, I told her just move more than you are now. And she started like kind of shedding weight in a very healthy sense. And I was like, so what are you doing outside of this? Like, I know you're dialing in nutrition. She's like, I stopped being lazy around the house. Like I stopped asking my kids to go get my laundry or bring their laundry from downstairs to upstairs. And I just started doing it myself. And little bits like that, like you will notice a difference in your physique and in the way you feel if you just get up off the couch.
I think that's the best part about fitness is like it's more than just getting stronger and looking better. It's literally like simple things like that where you're becoming more independent and you don't have to rely on people. And human nature is like when we can do something ourselves, like it's very satisfying, right?
Absolutely.
So to have the ability to do that, I'm sure she probably got so much joy out of that, which then in turn makes her happier.
Yeah.
Which then in turn makes her relationships better with her family
100%.
and her husband or, spouse. So it's really just like a positive
Domino effect.
Yeah. So
what about if they're getting injured early on?
Good
Question. Yeah.
Good question.
So, you come in, and I think too, a lot of times, like we always hear it, all of us, like low back is usually the first thing because we know lack of core, lack of this, lack of that. But so if I came in for my first session and I leave and my back hurts a little bit and now I'm afraid to go on, like what would you suggest to them, Alex?
Yeah, good question. And I get that a lot from my patients as well. And a lot of times the sad thing is that like when a lot of my patients go in and see another doctor, their primary care physician, and they do have low back pain, the first thing that they're going to tell them is stop doing what you're doing and don't go to the gym. Mm-hmm. And like that kills me to hear it because that's never what we want to do. Just like Jordynn just said, you want to keep moving always, move your body, being in one position. The next position is always the best position. So moving your body is a good thing. And so basically for the example with low back pain, person comes in with low back pain, they want to stay in the gym. The first thing I'm going to tell them is if you're able to and it's tolerable, stay in the gym. We're just going to have to make some modifications. So you might have to adjust a little bit your routine, but the biggest thing is you can stay in the gym. We just might have to modify the movements that you're doing, and that can mean lowering the load, lowering the weight. And just because you're lowering the weight doesn't mean that you can still get a really good pump or a really good workout. You can slow down the tempo. You can adjust the movement. You can do less range of motion for the movement. So there's so many different things that you can do in the gym to stay in the gym and still get that feel-good effect from the gym, psychologically, mentally, and from a physical standpoint, rather than sitting on the couch at home and doing absolutely nothing and then feeling even more like crap because your back hurts and you're sitting and not moving.
Yeah.
Just tightening up
staring
more.
at the TV.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you're having pain, stay in the gym, but modify. Do things that your body likes to start, and then as the pain kind of dissipates, you can start to do those things that you were doing before. It might just be with less weight, less range of motion, tempo, slow it down until you can tolerate the things that you were doing before, and then just keep building.
I like that. Yeah.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we'd recommend if you're sitting there listening. Maybe you're in one of these categories. That's a good place to start. But just I would say a good 2-3 weeks for some people is the point where you're like, your body's like finally like, oh, we're doing something consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Those first 2 weeks, you're gonna be sore. You're not gonna want to continue. Like I hear it time and time again. Like you're gonna want to go 2 days and then take 2 days off and then go back 1 day. Like there's just a lot of those like voices in your head that are saying, don't go today. But then if you stick with it for like a couple weeks, usually by like that 3rd week, your body's like, okay, like, so we're doing this. And then you start to, see, you kind of reap the benefits, I would say, like psychologically. And then further on, you'll start to see physical changes too. So
and you're not going to see the physical changes right away either. So if you're going just to see the physical changes, I always coach people up into dig deeper into whatever that why is, which
she's good at that.
We've talked about before, but there's a reason why all of us work out or move our bodies or choose to eat healthy. And maybe that's for, a health thing that we're navigating or for longevity of our future and our family, or, I've had all kinds of situations, but you have to focus on that why and why you're moving. Because even I mentioned myself, I lost myself during like the beginning of the year. I was very frustrated, like working out I started again pretty consistently in March. So the whole month of March, it was a lot of days was like, I'm tired, fuck this. I don't want to do this. I'm not even seeing a difference, but you have to remember that why. And I kept reminding myself of when I first ever started going to the gym, and my why was mental health. And I could feel my mental slipping because my physical wasn't there. And the more I reminded myself of that, now, we chatted a little bit today, I'm seeing the difference physically. I feel so much better, but I didn't for like a good month. And that's somebody who's been in it for a while. So you have to just dive deeper into why are you doing this? Remind yourself of those tough reasons. Write it down somewhere so you can see that visual sometimes. But
I think it's funny.
You got to keep going.
People always think like, since we're constantly at a gym now, we own a gym, and they're like, oh man, you must be like working out so much. It's like, no, actually I'm working out less.
We're sitting on our computers in fetal position like all day long.
All day. Yeah. We'll have to make like a reel about that or something.
Yeah.
You would think. I thought before we started, like, oh, I'm going to be working out every single day.
I know.
And now it's like, when do I work out today?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's really, again, like what I've realized for me, it's like, I just haven't been prioritizing it. Yeah. It's like, I prioritize other things. I'm like, oh, if I have time for a workout today, I'll do it, So now I'm trying to like get back on my mindset prior to that and just, workout is number one first thing in the morning. It's when I feel my best, and everything else can come after that. So
start the day off right.
It's almost like too for us, like we're here all the time. This is our home, so it's. Y'all that work out at home know how challenging it is to get up and go in your basement every day, right? Like you can do it. You might have a whole basement set up, but it's still really challenging. It's the same thing for us. It's like sometimes, I know you got out of the situation this morning. You went somewhere else and you moved your body somewhere else right? And that helps a lot too, but it's challenging for us to move.
I think, and it comes down to just distractions. Like try to limit the amount of distractions that you have when you are working out, because even though you might be at the gym or you might be, in your basement working out, like if you're on your phone in between sets, just scrolling, or, the quality of your workout it's not going to be good. So try to limit your distraction, put your phone on silence, leave it like away from your sight or something. If you listen to headphones like I do, like I usually cover it with my sweatshirt at the gym. Like I'll put it on silence and then I'll cover it with my sweatshirt. And then just lock in and just, give yourself some time to really not only like focus on you, but maybe even like reflect. Like I do a lot of reflection when I work out, because I'm just kind of like, it's just my time to like kind of zone out from the world and everything I have to do in a day. And then that kind of grounds me,
So good for you mentally.
I love it.
All right.
That's the move.
That's the move for today. I think.
Yes, we had more topics, but that was great.
That was good.
We'll carry on to the next
those for another
episode.
What are we talking about next week?
Next week, so the things we didn't get to is we want to talk to you guys about nutrition before the workout and after, which Jordan's going to cover, And then Logan and I were also going to talk about like how to integrate mobility into your programming. A lot of people have a hard time doing that, or like accessory work, or if you do have any aches and pains, how to get that in and make time for it. So we were going to talk about that as well and different tactics you guys can use.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's the move.
So tune in.
Tune in
That's
next
the
week.
move.
Next Wednesday at 3.
You know what it is.
What's the move?